"You're early," again said 𝗚cie. Anko blushed in embarrassment, she then looked around before speaking. "How many are there?" "𝗚cie, you let all these guys pass. Your test was too easy, you must be getting soft." "Or it could be a stronger group of candidates this year," replied 𝗚cie. "Trust me, when I'm through with them, more than half will be eliminated," she said with a sadistic smirk. "More than half?" asked Sakura fearfully. "This is going to be fun. You maggots have had it easy so far, but things are going to be different now. Go home now, and I'll tell your squad leaders where and when to meet me for the second exam." "Dismissed," said Anko. All of the Chunin candidates left. Time skip Naruto house. "So you are the proctor for the second phase, so what is the test about, Naruto? Where is the fun in that? I will tell you tomorrow, with the rest of them, Anko, or you could just tell me now, Naruto." "Nah, not happening, Anko." The next day. The Genin were standing in front of a forest surrounded by metal gates 3 meters high, with heaps of locks and warning signs. "Whoa, nice place. What is it?" said 𝗚cie. "This is the location for the second stage of the exam, the 44th battle training zone, but we call it the Forest of Death," said Anko. "Wow, this place creeps me out," said Sakura. "Well, we call it the Forest of Death for a reason, and soon enough you're going to find out why," said Anko, grinning. 𝗚cie huffed before mocking Anko. "They call it the Forest of Death, and soon enough you're going to find out why. Who do you think you're trying to intimidate? Do your worst." "So looks like we've got a tough guy," said Anko, smiling before throwing a kunai at 𝗚cie. The kunai scratched his cheek. After throwing the kunai, Anko body flickered behind 𝗚cie and told him, "It is always the cocky ones that die first. Now, before we begin this test, I have something you all need to sign and agree to. It is a standard consent form, which shows that if you die, the leaf and I are in no way accountable. Otherwise, if you die, I would be held responsible," said Anko, who then started laughing. "This test is a survival test. You need to get through the battle zone. You will each enter through one of the 44 entrances and need to make your way to the center, to a locked tower to pass. All you need to do is get a set of these 2 scrolls, one heaven and the other earth, and arrive at the tower with all of your teammates," finished Anko. "Both scrolls?" asked Sasuke. "Yes, so half will be going after the heaven scroll, while the other half will be going after the earth scroll. Anything goes, but there is only one rule, you must never open either scroll," said Anko seriously. The Genin signed the forms. After signing them, Anko assigned the teams to a gate. All the Genin arrived at a gate and waited until the signal was given. At 3 p.m. time passed until there were 10 seconds to go. "Alright maggots, the second test begins in 3, 2, 1, now," announced Anko. The gates opened and all the teams rushed in. Only 5 minutes and the sounds of a team screaming were heard outside of the forest. "Looks like the fun has begun. I feel sorry for the other participants, they don't stand a chance against Naruto," said Anko. "But Team 7. "Okay, I'm going to go ambush a team. You two head to the tower," said Naruto. "Just why should we listen to you, loser?" Sasuke asked. "Yeah, what can you do on your own?" asked Sakura. Naruto entered his tailless fox form and said, "I can get the scroll. Keep in mind that I am stronger than the 2 of you. Also, I don't go back on my word, so trust me, I'll get the scroll." Sasuke grumbled, but he knew that Naruto was right and that he was capable and the strongest. "Fine, but if you die, loser, I'll bring you back and kill you again for making us fail," said Sasuke while smirking. "No, that applies to you as well, 𝗚cie. After all, you won't be able to avenge anyone if you're dead," replied Naruto arrogantly. Sasuke huffed and he along with Sakura left. With Naruto was tracking down the sand team due to his enhanced sense of smell and Kyuubi's chakra. He tracked them down and saw that they were setting up traps. One had wire which he was looping around the trees and certain branches, while the other was placing paper bombs in the spots furthest away from any ninja wire to trap those who escaped the wire, while the last kept watch. Seeing his chance, Naruto knocked out the one on watch and caught his body so he wouldn't make a sound. The remaining sand ninja were oblivious. Naruto then threw a 3-pronged kunai in between both but a fair distance away from them. Flashed halfway to it in a blaze of orange which caused him to appear directly in between them, luckily, and proceeded to use wind release. Vacuum sword on the first, sending him flying into a tree and out cold, and quickly used fire style. Grand fireball jutsu on the other. The sand ninja dodged, but Naruto appeared behind him and gave him a quick chop to the neck, knocking him out cold. Naruto searched him and found the earth scroll they needed, pocketed it, and left to rejoin his team. But Sasuke and Sakura were hopping along the trees and were about halfway to the tower when Sasuke felt that they were being followed. Sasuke put his hand out and mouthed "followed" to Sakura, and she understood. They set up a few wire traps which would launch kunai if tripped, but other than that kept going as fast as they could to the tower. When they were only about 500 meters away, a kunai with an explosive tag attached to it landed near them. They all jumped away before it exploded and looked in the direction it came from. A grass ninja with a straw hat was there and looked at Sasuke before speaking. I think your trap-making skills need some work, although maybe you were in a rush. After all, the prey must never let down its guard in the face of its predator. The ninja looked them all in the eye, and they all saw their death. Sasuke and Sakura were greatly affected by the grass ninja's killing intent. Sasuke and Sakura were paralyzed by fear. They couldn't move an inch. Orochimaru used this opportunity to give Sasuke the curse mark. When Sasuke received the mark, he became unconscious. "Oh, it seems your teammate is on his way here," Orochimaru said. He disappeared. "Just, who was that?" asked Sakura, who was still rather shaken. "With Naruto." Naruto was halfway to his team when he felt a dark presence near him. He dodged a sword strike. The unusual thing was that this sword was being held by a tongue. Naruto jumped back to avoid the second slash aimed at his head and to survey his opponent. It was a grass ninja wearing a straw hat and had an abnormally long tongue. "Well, it seems that you aren't as helpless as your teammates, though it would seem," said the ninja while swallowing his sword. The ninja then proceeded to release some of his killer intent, but Naruto released twice as much. "What did you do to my team? Also, why do you reek of snake?" asked Naruto. "Interesting, to think you can stand up and return my killing intent. As for your first question, I gave your teammate Sasuke a little mark, which will give him the power he seeks," said the ninja. "Lastly, I reek of snake, as you put it, because I am Orochimaru the Snake Sanin. Try to remember that, as you will have to if you wish to be prepared for what is coming. Also, I suggest you get back to your team before my sound ninja. Take care of them." Orochimaru laughed while turning into mud, leaving Naruto. "I have get to them," said Naruto, and with that he was off. Naruto arrived to a scene he didn't wish to see. Sasuke and Lee were unconscious. Sakura was badly beaten and bleeding. Choji looked beaten up but was on his feet. Ino was passed out and being held by Shikamaru, who looked relatively unharmed. The area they were in was torn up, and all the trees around the clearing were missing branches from heavy hits. "What happened here?" asked Naruto from the branch he was standing on. "Oh great, more leaf ninja, you guys are like cockroaches. Slam one down, and two more crawl out," said the bandaged sound ninja. "You will pay for hurting my comrades," yelled Naruto, transforming into his tailless form. Naruto blitzed the sound ninja in no time at all. The ninja was exhausted and badly beaten. While this was going on, almost all Genin conscious were thinking, "Is this Naruto?" Naruto was about to punch the ninja in the gut, but stopped a hair away. Sasuke rose up covered in purple chakra and had strange marks covering half of his body. "Sakura, who did this to you?" he asked in a calm voice. "We did, and you're going to experience the same thing they did," boasted one of the sound ninja. "Zaku, no wait," cried the ninja Naruto was next to. "Slicing sound wave," yelled Zaku while blasting air out of his palms at Sasuke, Sakura and Lee. When the dust cleared, nothing was there. "𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝗁cie, nothing to worry about," said Zaku, before Sasuke appeared behind him and struck him with his forearm, sending him into Naruto, who stabbed both his arms with a kunai and quick jabs. Before kicking him away, Sasuke appeared behind him and grabbed his arms with his foot on his back. "You seem very proud of these arms, very attached to them," said Sasuke while pulling his arms. What are you doing?" asked Zaku before crying out in pain due to having his arms dislocated. "Looks like you're the only one left," stated Sasuke before walking to Dosu. "No, stop," yelled Sakura before clamping onto Sasuke from behind. "Please stop," she whimpered. Sasuke turned, looked at her, and the marks begun to recede. "You two are strong, in fact too strong for us," said Dosu in pain. "We will make a trade. We will give you our scrolls if you spare us," said Dosu. "Keep it," said Naruto, who pulled out their heaven scroll as well as the earth scroll he retrieved. "But when you see Orochimaru, tell him I'm going to take his head for what he has done," said Naruto, releasing massive killer intent. "Very well, but next time we won't run from you, we will fight," said Dosu, while picking up his teammates and then leaving. After he left, there was uncomfortable silence before Naruto spoke up. "Hey Choji, you got any food? I'm starving." He laughed cheerfully while everyone blinked and stared at him, wondering how his personality could change from serious to childish in moments. "What, I'm hungry. I ran across half the forest to get here," he said, noticing everyone's looks. Choji threw him a packet of chips which he devoured in seconds, offering Choji the last chip, who happily accepted. Ino went over to Sakura and Tenten shook Lee awake. "Sakura, what's the deal with Naruto?" asked Ino. "He has changed a lot since the academy. That part we remember from the academy is still there somewhere, but sometimes he becomes a totally different person and acts serious, but he is still nothing compared to Sasuke," she replied. Ino stored that bit of information away before getting on Sakura's case for hugging Sasuke, who responding in kind, teasing her about how she is jealous. Shikamaru and Choji were sitting with Naruto, both giving him curious glances until he spoke. "What?" They looked at him before Choji asked, "What was that all about?" "What was what about?" he replied, feigning stupidity. "When did you get so serious?" supplied Shikamaru, who was also intrigued about Naruto. "Oh, that I don't like anyone who hurt my comrades," he replied with a smile. Choji accepted this while Shikamaru was wondering when Naruto changed. Neji was the most suspicious as his Byakugan had been activated when he arrived and saw traces of purple chakra on the 𝗚cie and red on the Uzumaki. The strange thing was both of their chakras appeared demonic. Interesting, thought Neji, before jumping down to Lee and Tenten. Line break. After a while the Leaf Ninja left 3 at a time until it was Sasuke, Sakura and Naruto left. We need to get to the tower, Sakura needs medical attention now, stated Naruto. While picking Sakura up, Sasuke nodded and Sakura helped him up and they left heading to the tower, while Sakura told Naruto what happened about how Orochimaru ambushed them, how Sasuke had gotten bitten, and how she tried fighting of the Sound Ninja until Lee and Team 10 arrived. Sakura know this, if you don't train you are only a burden to this team, said Naruto. Sakura was going to retort but Naruto's intel told her. Sasuke will become more interested in you if you become stronger. Time skip. They arrived at the tower with no trouble and entered to find a scroll with writing on it hanging from the wall, which Sakura started reading. If qualities of heaven are your desire, acquire wisdom to take your mind higher. If earthly qualities are what you lack, train your body and prepare to attack when heaven and earth are open together. The perilous path will be righteous forever. This something is the secret way that guides us from this place today, she finished. Something? Questioned Sasuke. It looks like there is a word missing or something, replied Sakura. I think it means we should open the scrolls now. Naruto and Sasuke opened one each. The scrolls exploded into smoke and in the smoke there was a man. They waited for the smoke to clear until the person was visible. It's you, said Sasuke. Hey guys, long time no see, said Iruka smiling. Iruka-sensei, what are you doing here? Asked Naruto. I'm here to welcome you back and congratulate you on passing the second phase of the Chunin exams, said Iruka smiling. Iruka told them about the purpose of the second exam, which in addition to survival, was to test the integrity of the ninja, to not read classified documents or in this case the scrolls. After that he bid them farewell and they went into the tower's inner area. Naruto found out that Kiba's team had already arrived as well as Gaara's team. Since there were still 2 days until the exams were over, Naruto decided to spar with his clones after placing Sakura in the designated medical ward so they could look her over. He looked around for a place where he could be alone and found that the arena, which depicted a gigantic set of hands making a seal with a viewing platform, was completely empty. He then created clones and started THR spar. Time skip. After 2 hours Naruto had decided he had enough practice. He was about to leave the area when Gaara approached him. Naruto Uzumaki, he said in that same monotonous tone he always used. Gaara replied, Naruto inclining his head slightly to see Gaara as he was sitting on the floor. Would you like to sit down? Offered Naruto, gesturing to the floor next to him. Gaara politely declined but went on to speak. When you mentioned that word to me, friends, I could not understand you. I thought you were someone who could understand my pain. Why does me having friends make you think I don't understand your pain? Inquired Naruto. Those with friends cannot understand me as I live only for myself and to prove my existence. It is because of my loneliness that I am, as I am. I was born in the loneliness. I came into this world by taking the life of what I would have called my mother, at which point I was constantly feared for what I contained. I thought I could trust people in my naivety, but my father disproved this with his constant assassination attempts on my life, the life of his own flesh and blood. He paused before continuing. I realized that I couldn't trust my father, and he realized that he couldn't kill me, so he sent me to my uncle. I thought it was then that I had someone I could trust, but this was a lie, as one day he was ordered to kill me by my father. However, despite this order he told me, after I had almost killed him, that he could have declined. It was then that I realized I had no one, which was further punctuated by the fact that he told me he hated me and in a last-ditch effort gave up his life in an attempt to kill me, finished Gaara. Naruto looked into his eyes and thought he saw anguish in them. Tell me, why is it that you fight Uzumaki? Asked Gaara. I fight to protect those important to me. My girlfriend told me that if you have someone to fight for, you become truly strong, said Naruto. I don't understand, others make you weak and can cause you to die if you rely on them, said Gaara, confused. Gaara, I make you this promise, I will make you understand, because even though you don't believe it, I have suffered just as you have, but I found a way to achieve true strength, and it is this that I shall show you, said Naruto. I think you are a fool, Uzumaki, but if you can prove that my way is wrong and your way is better, I will try to change. However, if you cannot prove your way is better than mine, I will crush you, drench my sand in your blood, and prove my existence, stated Gaara before walking off. Kabuto and his team meet with Orochimaru before the next stage of the exam start, and Kabuto gives him the intel he's gathered on Sasuke. 2 days later. The second phase of the exams was now over. The teams that made it were Team 7, 8 and 10, Guy's team, the Sound team, the Sand team and Kabuto's team. The teams assembled in the arena that Naruto had been practicing in before with the Hokage standing in front of the genin with their jonin behind him. He told them that the chunin exams serve the purpose of not only testing ninja, but also of moderating the levels of the ninja in each nation, as well as developing friendship. "Just tell me the details of the exam, I can handle anything you can throw at me," said Gaara when the Hokage finished speaking and answering other questions. "Very well, I will now tell you exactly what the details of the third exam are," said the Hokage. Just then 𝗏𝗏𝗏 appeared bowing in front of the Hokage and asked him if he could speak first, to which the Hokage obliged. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 explained that they needed to hold a preliminary as there were too many people, which was met with cries of outrage, but he justified it by talking about the fact that many important nobles and feudal lords would be coming to see them and they didn't want to waste their time and that they were only looking for the best of the best shinobi. "The preliminaries will begin immediately. If any of you aren't in top physical condition, now is the time to quit," said 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The Budo gave up, but no one else did. Sakura wanted Sasuke too, but he told her that the only reason he fights is to test himself and that all the best are here. "So what am I supposed to just watch you suffer? I can't bear to watch," cried Sakura. "Then don't watch, but stay out of it. Has nothing to do with you. I am an avenger. Whether I become a chunin or not means less than nothing to me. My goal is to test myself against the best, and the best of the best are all here," replied Sasuke. "Sasuke, she just cares about you. You don't have to be so mean," Naruto said playfully. "Naruto, you are one of the ones I want to fight the most," said Sasuke, grinning, which caused Naruto to grin sadistically at Sasuke. Now, the preliminaries will follow sudden death elimination of one-on-one matches, with only the winner moving on to the third exam. As for the rules, there are none. You will fight until one dies or concedes defeat or is rendered physically incapable of continuing naturally. Those who are losing are encouraged to quit to avoid having a fatal outcome. Also, as proctor, I will intervene if the situation seems hopeless to save as many lives as possible. Now we will see what fate is in store for you, said 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Anko spoke a command and a panel on the back wall diagonal from the hands opened, revealing a screen. The panel you see will give the names of the two competitors who are chosen completely at random. I guess there is nothing more to say, so let's begin, concluded 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The screen begun going through names and landed on Sasuke Uchiha vs Yoroi Akato. Could everyone whose name was not just shown please go to the upper level, said 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Kakashi walked by Sasuke and said, don't use your Sharingan. If you let that 𝗚cy take over, I'll have to jump in and stop the match. Good luck. Stop the match? Thought Sasuke in fear of not being able to fight. But Sasuke Uchiha, Yoroi Akato, are you ready? Asked 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Yeah, confirmed Sasuke. Yes, agreed Yoroi. Yoroi's appearance was greatly concealed by the mask he wore around his mouth that hung to around his neck, sunglasses that obscured his eyes, and his forehead protector which he wore like a bandana. He also wore what appeared to be the standard attire of his team, consisting of a high-collared, sleeveless navy blue shirt with a short-sleeved white one underneath, a simple obi around his waist, pants, sandals and fingerless gloves. In that case, let the first match of the preliminaries begin, announced 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Sasuke jumped back and pulled out a kunai, while Yoroi put his hand in front of his body and surrounded it with chakra. Yoroi flung 3 shuriken at Sasuke, and who sent them back with his kunai. Aw, cringed Sasuke. Damn it, this thing is responding to my chakra, thought Sasuke as he raised his hand to his curse seal. You're mine, shouted Yoroi as he charged at Sasuke. Sasuke swept his leg and locked Yoroi's arm between his legs. Bottom. Sasuke smirked, thinking he had him captured, but then Yoroi turned his hand around and grabbed Sasuke's collar. I feel so weak, thought Sasuke. Yoroi then brought his arm down and intended to hit Sasuke's solar plexus, but Sasuke released his hold and slid away. Thought you said. Yoroi leapt up and grabbed Sasuke by his head and pushed him to the ground. My chakra, what are you doing? Gasped Sasuke. Haha, you're just noticing it now, are you? Laughed Yoroi. So weak, what am I going to do? Thought Sasuke. At that moment thought about how weak he was compared to others, Zabuza, Naruto, the grass ninja, Haku and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Why am I so weak? Sasuke thought. Sasuke, are you gonna get beaten by this weakling? If you can't even beat this weakling, then how are you gonna kill your brother Naruto? Hearing Naruto say this lit a fire inside Sasuke. I won't lose here, said Sasuke. Sasuke coiled up his legs and extended them, quickly pushing Yoroi off him. When he was getting up he saw 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, that's it, he thought before charging at Yoroi. Sasuke flipped onto his hand and gave Yoroi a powerful super kick, which sent him into the air. Sasuke then used the dancing leaf shadow and appeared behind Yoroi in midair. Okay, I'll admit I borrowed that move, but from here, it's all original, said Sasuke. Sasuke swung his leg to kick Yoroi in the ribs. Yoroi blocked it, but it was a distraction as Sasuke used the momentum to swing his arm up and nail Yoroi in his neck and send him flying down. Come back, I'm not done yet, said Sasuke, who then kicked him down and finally gave him an axe kick, smashing him onto the floor while saying Lion's Barrage. 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘂𝗐𝗐 looked at Yoroi and Sasuke. Yoroi was unconscious and Sasuke was still conscious but tired. Winner, Sasuke 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 up. "And we go after the matches?" asked Sasuke. "No sorry," said Kakashi, giving his eye smile and body flickered with Sasuke. After they left, board spit out 2 more names. "Next match, Shino Aburam vs Zaku 𝗡𝗄𝗎𝗓. Will the contestants please come down?" called Hade. Line break. Sasuke and Kakashi were in a dimly lit room with candles being the only light source. Sasuke was shirtless and sat in the middle of a large seal array. "Okay Sasuke, this seal I'm about to put on you will seal up the curse mark, however, it is only as strong as you will, so you have to make sure it doesn't break," said Kakashi. Kakashi made numerous hand signs before saying curse sealing. Sasuke cried out in pain for a while as all the kanji crawled across the floor in his body and went inside the curse mark, forming a ring around the mark, at which point he passed out. Line break. "If you fight me you won't be able to recover, forfeit," said Shino in his stoic monotone voice. "Hey, what do you know, looks like I have a bit of movement in one," said Zaku as his left arm started twitching before he pulled it out of the sling and aimed it at Shino. "One good arm is all I need to beat you," shouted Zaku as he charged at Shino. Zaku attempted a straight punch at Shino's face, but Shino raised his arm and blocked it. "I told you, you can't beat me," spoke Shino. "Oh yeah, slicing sound wave," shouted Zaku as air came rushing out of the hole in his palm, which blasted Shino away. Line break. "Why, you've grown, Kakashi, to think you can perform the curse sealing," said Orochimaru, who appeared from behind a pillar. "You? What are you doing here?" demanded Kakashi, taking a defensive stance. "Long time no see, Kakashi, but I didn't come here for you. I have some business with that boy behind you," replied Orochimaru. "What do you want with Sasuke?" asked Kakashi, narrowing his single eye. "It seems as though you have gained something since the last time we met, the Sharingan in your left eye. How I envy your good fortune," said Orochimaru, who then paused before continuing. "It is only fair that I should want it too, don't you think? The power of the 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝘁cie," finished Orochimaru. Line break. Shino calmly stood up and stared down Zaku. "I told you, you can't beat me, look behind you," said Shino. Zaku looked behind him and his eyes widened, seeing heaps of bugs when Shino spoke again. "You are trapped now. You have one arm which you can use to attack me, but if you do, my bugs will be upon you. On the other hand, you could attack my bugs, but that would leave you open to me. It's always a good idea to have an ace in the hole," finished Shino, who began to gather up his chakra while forming the ram sign. Line break. "You know this sound village that everyone is so curious about? It's mine," said Orochimaru. "You see, in order to play the game you need pieces to put on the chessboard, willing pawns," elaborated Orochimaru. "So, is Sasuke one of these pawns?" asked Kakashi. "No, Sasuke is a much more valuable piece than a pawn," said Orochimaru. Line break. Zaku's other arm started to twitch and he pulled it out of his sling. "Hey, what do you know? I got movement in my other arm as well. Always have an ace in the hole, isn't that what you said?" asked Zaku, who then fully extended his arm and pointed one at Shino and one at the bug slicing sound wave, shouted Zaku. Nothing came out of his wind holes, but his arms were blasted off at the elbow. "Ugh, what is this?" cried Zaku in pain. Shino appeared behind Zaku and spoke. "I plugged up both of you arms just in case you were faking. It seems I was wise to do so. Well, I did say an ace in the hole is good, 2 aces in the hole is better," said Shino, who then punched Zaku in the back, sending him sprawling on the ground and almost unconscious. "Hey," checked Zaku before announcing winner, Shino Aburam. Line break. Orochimaru stepped forward towards Sasuke and Kakashi charged up a lighting blade in response. "Take one more step and one of us will die here. I don't care if you're one of the Sannin, the legendary 3 ninja, come any closer to Sasuke and I'll kill you," shouted Kakashi, his lone eye blazing in fury. Orochimaru started laughing and then looked Kakashi straight in the eye. "Kakashi, you're very brave and very stupid. I'll leave for now, but Sasuke is an avenger. One day he will come looking for me in search of power," said Orochimaru as he walked away before he paused and said, "Unless you follow through with your threat to kill me, that is," stated Orochimaru while releasing a bit of bloodlust. Kakashi was terrified but kept his lighting blade going in an attempt to hide his fear. Orochimaru kept laughing and walked away until he disappeared from sight. "One of us will die here. I must have been out of my mind," thought Kakashi in fear. Kakashi then used a body flicker and appeared behind Naruto and Sakura. "Oh, Kakashi-sensei, you're back. How's Sasuke?" asked Sakura. "Oh, he's fine, but I think you should be more worried about yourself now. Look," said Kakashi, pointing towards the board as it showed. Sakura Haruno vs Ino Yamanaka. The two begin fighting instantly, although they both fail to successfully attack the other. Neji wonders if their fighting skill is the best 𝗡𝗖𝗁𝐺 can do, only for Tenten to state that their lack of fighting prowess is not because they are female, but rather because they are restraining themselves. Sakura. Unwilling to lose to Ino and not happy with the fact that Ino is pulling her punches and taking pity on her, insults Ino. A flashback is shown, where Ino teaches Sakura about the significance of flowers in an arrangement. She uses the cosmos flower as an example, and that the raw word works to complement it. Sakura asks if that means she's just there to complement Ino's beauty, to which she denies, adding Sakura as a bud waiting to bloom. Another memory is shown, where Sakura tells Ino that when she chooses to wear her forehead protector properly, that's when she becomes a true shinobi. After trading insults, Sakura removes her forehead protector from her head and places it on her forehead. Ino removes hers from her waist and also places it on her forehead. As true rivals, the pair then rush at one another, finally deciding to take the battle seriously. Sakura and Ino continue exchanging blows with neither able to gain the upper hand, and running out of chakra, she berates Ino for being too focused on beauty rather than her 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie skills, causing her to cut her hair off and throw it on the ground. Desperate, Ino decides to use mind-body transfer to force Sakura to forfeit, despite knowing how inaccurate it is, and that she will be left immobile if it misses. Sakura dodges the attack and appears to have won, but finds herself trapped by the strands of Ino's cut hair, which have been infused with chakra to form a binding rope. Ino reveals to only have pretended to miss on purpose. Intending to lead her into the trap, she uses mind-body transfer again, knowing it can't miss now, and succeeds on gaining control of Sakura's body. Having gained control, Ino tries to make Sakura forfeit the match. Just then, Naruto yells at her to not to give up, prompting inner Sakura to appear and force Ino out of her head, although confused by what happened. Ino lacks the energy to try again. Kakashi presumes that Ino's lack of chakra was a factor in Sakura's small victory, but also takes note of her strong will. They both charge at each other to exchange final blows, resulting in a double knockout. 𝗚cie decides that neither of them will pass to the next round. Hankuro vs 𝗚mise Kabuto's teammate. Hankurm easily wins his battle against Mitsumi by tricking him into attacking Karasu, Hankurm's puppet. In retaliation, Karasu snaps Mitsumi's neck, though he survives due to his ability to contort himself. Shikamaru vs Kin. Shikamaru tries the shadow imitation technique, but Kin easily evades and throws some senbon with bells attached to them. Shikamaru recognizes the trick and mocks her for using such basic techniques. Kin then rings the bells on the senbon, starting her genjutsu. Shikamaru gets caught in Kin's bell ring genjutsu, unable to move, while Kin proceeds to attack him with more senbon havur. When Kin tries to attack again, she suddenly realizes that she can't move. Shikamaru tells her that he extended his shadow imitation technique through the shadow of the wire she's holding. He then throws a shuriken at Kin, which she imitates. When Shikamaru ducks backwards to evade it, Kin is forced to imitate him, but she did not realize that she was too close to the wall, hitting her head and knocking herself out. Naruto vs Kiba. Hey look Akamaru, it's us against the dead last. Looks we just won the lottery. Kiba. Akamaru barked in agreement. Next match, Kiba Inuzuka vs Naruto Uzumaki. Will the contestants please come down? Called 𝗚cie. Sorry Kiba, don't take it personally if I blow you away. Naruto. Ugh, that is just what I was going to say, only not so politely, right Akamaru? Akamaru barked in agreement. Talk is cheap Kiba, let's wait until the end of the match. Naruto. Sorry Kakashi, but your boy doesn't matter how much he has changed, still does not stand a chance against Kiba Kurenai. Is that so? Like Naruto said, talk is cheap. Let's make a bet. If Naruto wins, you go on a date with him, Kakashi. And if Kiba wins, you have to stop reading those perverted books for a year and come early to all your meetings. They both agreed to the bet. Kurenai Kiba does not stand a chance against Naruto. He is probably the strongest of the Chunin candidates, thought Kakashi. I wonder how much stronger he has gotten since he became a Genin. Probably not much, thought Kiba. Look, I feel sorry for you, so I am gonna finish you with one blow. Kiba. Let's just fight Kiba, I got better things to do than waste my time on you. Naruto. You sure talk tough, you dead last Kiba. If you are ready you can begin. 𝗚cie. Yes, both Naruto and Kiba said. Begin, said 𝗚cie. Naruto then talks about what he should get for lunch, dango or ramen, and turns his back on Kiba. Kiba jumps up behind Naruto and Hinata warns him of the ambush. Tunneling Fang shouted Kiba as he leapt at Naruto and begun spinning. Naruto dodges Kiba's attack. The attack hit the ground that caused a dust cloud to appear. After the dust settled, Naruto was sitting on his Kiba's back. Kiba then turned around to hit Naruto with a palm strike. Naruto grabbed his hand and tossed him aside. When Kiba landed, he got up to attack Naruto. He attacked Naruto with a kick, which Naruto dodged. After Naruto dodged Kiba's kick, Kiba then threw a punch at Naruto, which Naruto dodged. Naruto swiftly appears behind Kiba and says he's going to show off to the audience. He hits Kiba with a powerful blow, which sends him flying. Kiba survived the attack. Kiba hated to admit that Naruto was strong. Kiba decided it was time to use his ultimate move. Kiba then told Akamaru it was time to use the human-beast combination transformation. Double-headed wolf Orochimaru barked, and it went to 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝘁cie and Orochimaru performed the combination transformation to take the shared form of a two-headed wolf. After transforming they performed the wolf fang over fang. The attack breaks up the ground and causes a shockwave. 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝘁cie believes that his attack landed, but once the dust settles, he sees Naruto unharmed. His infinity stopped the attack. The attack used a lot of 𝗚cie's chakra. 𝗚cie was exhausted. Naruto saw this. Naruto then used his speed to appear behind 𝗚cie. He hit 𝗚cie with a chop to the neck, knocking him unconscious. Winner of the match Naruto 𝗚cie. Everyone stared at Naruto, and most were thinking something along the lines of when did Naruto become this good while Gaara stared at him going over what he had said in his heat. Meanwhile, the leaf villagers were glaring at Naruto. What just happened? This is impossible. How could 𝗚cie lose? Kuranai thought. Kuranai, don't forget our bet. You have to go on a date with Naruto. Kakashi. Medics came to pick up 𝗚cie. After they took 𝗚cie, 𝗚cie announced that would have a small break. Time skip. On with the next match, said 𝗚cie as the board started going through names before landing on Neji Hyuga vs Hinata Hyuga. Both walked down, Neji with a purposeful stride and Hinata with a timid stride. I never thought that we would have to fight each other, Hinata said. Neji. Nor I, brother, replied Hinata. Huh, brother? Are they brother and sister? Asked Naruto while slightly raising his left eyebrow. No, they're both members of the Hyuga clan. Technically they're cousins, answered Kakashi. Still their family, it must be hard for them, said Sakura. It may not be as hard you think. I heard that there is some bad blood between the main and branch houses. The branch family, which Neji is a part of, is upset with something the main family, which Hinata is a part of, did. Additionally, Neji is considered a genius of the clan, while Hinata is seen as a disgrace. Furthermore, Neji, being a branch member, is forced into being under the control of the main branch. Finished Lee. Give up, Hinata. You can't deceive my eyes. When you looked up, you remembered your past, your bitter past. Then you glanced down and thought what would happen if you fought me, and realized you would lose. Also, your habit of raising your arm up in front of yourself while touching your lip is your way of putting a wall between us. People can't change. Once a failure, always a failure. You never really wanted to be in the Chunin exams, but to apply you need a team of 3, and you didn't want to let 𝗚cie or Shino down, didn't you? Said Neji with increasing intensity. No, you're wrong. I wanted to see if I could change, said Hinata. Like I said, once a failure, always a failure. People can't change, said Neji. Don't listen to him, Hinata. Me and Shino believe in you. You can change, said 𝗚cie. Some fire has returned to her eyes, thought Neji. Hinata made hand signs before shouting Byakugan. Hinata took a stance and said, defend yourself, brother. Neji mirrored the stance. Let the fourth match begin, said 𝗚cie. Neji charged and shot an open palm strike at Hinata, which she blocked with her own palm thrust to the inside of Neji's arm, which sent chakra flying out of their hands. This kept up until Hinata struck Neji in his stomach. Did she get him? Asked Sakura. Kakashi raised his headband and had a look. Amazing was all he said. Neji pulled Hinata's sleeve back and there were a bunch of angry-looking red marks on her arm. You mean, all this time you were, mumbled Hinata. Yes, I have sealed all the chakra points in your arms. You can no longer use the gentle fist, as you can no longer eject chakra from your hands. Give up, commanded Neji. Hinata trembled, unsure of herself, when Neji spoke up again. Hinata, you are the pampered offspring of the main branch. Despite this, you are too gentle and caring. You should never have become a shinobi. As a shinobi, you are meant to be cruel, uncaring, and hold no sympathy for others in your way. You can't do this as it conflicts with your very nature, and therefore you are suffering, spoke Neji condescendingly. Brother, while it is true I have been suffering, you have been suffering much more than I, Hinata said softly. Neji's eyes hardened in an instant and he sent 2 palm thrusts, one to her gut and one to her face. She then tried to rise, but coughed up a fair bit of blood. After regaining herself she got up again, but 𝗚cie could tell it was over and was about to say so, but Neji charged at Hinata with murder in his eyes. As Neji was about 2 meters away, all of the Leaf Jonin and 𝗚cie jumped in to save Hinata. Neji, you told me you wouldn't let this whole main branch thing affect you, said Guy. Hinata coughed up more blood and Kuranai called for medics. The recovered 𝗚cie jumped down to attack Neji, but Shino created a wall with his bug stopping him. You'll pay. You hear me? I'll get 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝘁cie. HMPH, there is no way you can beat me, scoffed Neji before walking off. As Neji walked back up, Naruto confronted him. I may not know what is going on in your clan, but to belittle and crush a person's self-esteem just because you have a grudge is childish. If I meet you in a battle during the Chunin exams, I will show you people can change, and that being a genius does not make you better than others, said Naruto, who walked away before Neji could respond. Temari vs Tenten. Tenten makes the first move, and Temari easily dodges it. Team Guy was surprised that no weapon could even scratch or hit Temari. Tenten tries another attack that Temari repels using wind from her giant folding fan, before warning Tenten that if she sees all 3 stars, moons in the English anime, in her fan, The fight will be over. Tenten uses her twin rising dragons technique uncovering the second star. Temari repels the attack, then Tenten uses strings to reuse the weapons uncovering the third star. Temari repels the attack and traps Tenten in a cyclone. When Tenten falls from the cyclone, Temari makes her land on her fan, knocking her out after being declared winner. Temari tries to throw Tenten on the many weapons scattered on the floor, but Rock Lee descends and catches her. He then attacks Temari, only to be stopped by Might Guy, who warns the Suna shinobi to not underestimate Lee. Lee vs Gaara. After a long wait, Rock Lee is matched to fight against Gaara. He begins the fight by attacking with taijutsu, but his attacks are blocked by Gaara's sand to bypass the speed of his shield. Guy permits Lee to remove his leg weights. In doing so, Lee's speed increases and he manages to land hits, only to discover Gaara's body is coated in sand, opening the first of the 8 gates. Lee launches Gaara into the air with several kicks catching him with his bandages. Lee uses the front lotus, only to discover he used it on a clone. Lee's target was actually only a decoy. A hollow clone made of sand. Gaara reappears and fights Lee, who is now weak from using his front lotus. Again Lee quickly recovers. Demonstrating his ability to open the second gate, he then powers himself up by opening the third gate, frightening even Gaara. Guy and Neji have flashbacks to before Lee became a genin and right after he became one, showing his determination to be a respectable ninja through only the use of taijutsu. Lee's speed proved too much for Gaara, and his sand was no longer able to form a shield fast enough to be of use. Lee opened the 5th gate and used his most powerful attack, Reverse Lotus. Gaara survived this final blow due to him softening his fall by turning his gourd into sand and used the sand to crush Lee's left arm and leg. Gaara moved his sand to finish Lee. But Guy jumped in to protect his student. Lee, although unconscious due to the pain, rose to continue the battle, his desire to win fueling his broken body. Guy wept at Lee's dedication, and Lee was taken away to recover. The medical ninja announced that Lee's injuries were too severe to be completely healed, and that he would never be able to fight as a ninja again. Guy regretted teaching Lee such dangerous techniques and vacated the ring for the final match. Dosu vs Choji. Jai used his human bullet tank technique with the assumption that he was safe from Dosu's sound technique, but Dosu attacked and defeated him with one blow. After the final fight, all the genin who made it through to the finals came down. Hokage told them that the exam finals would happen in a month to give them time to prepare and allow important dignitaries to arrive. Now to decide who will face who in the finals, you will each draw a number, said the Hokage. After everyone drew and said their number, the matches were determined as follows. First match Naruto vs Neji. Second match Gaara vs Sasuke. Third match Kankuro vs Shino. Fourth match Temari vs Dosu. Fifth match Fourth match winner vs Shikamaru. You now know who you will be facing, so use this month to plan accordingly and also to rest and recover. Until then, let us adjourn until next month, finished the Hokage. Line break. Elsewhere, Kabuto prepares to kidnap Sasuke under Orochimaru's orders, but he is stopped by Kakashi and is forced to retreat. Line break. After the Hokage's announcement, Naruto left and begun to wander around the Leaf Village until he came by the hot springs and saw a 50-something-year-old man looking in on the women's baths. Pervert. Naruto screamed at the man, causing him to fall and hit the side of the hot springs. The women inside heard the noise and ran away, covering themselves up, causing the man to cry. The man looked at Naruto and growled. "You just destroyed my research," shouted the man. The man was tall with waist-length spiky white hair tied back into a ponytail, with 2 shoulder-length bangs that framed both sides of his face. He also had red lines that ran down from his eyes and wore a horned forehead protector with the kanji for oil in the center. He also had a noticeable wart on the right side of his nose. He wore a green short shirt, kimono and matching pants, under which he wore mesh armor that showed out of the sleeves and legs of his outfit. His outfit was completed with hand guards, a simple black belt, wooden sandals, a red cloak with 2 simple yellow circles, and a scroll on his back. He also had a tattoo in his left palm, which appeared to be swirl-like tribal marking. Naruto recognized this man. This was his so-called godfather, Jiraiya of the Sannin. Yeah, research first. I meet a creepy white guy who smells like snakes, and now I meet an old pervert who smells like toad, said Naruto as he walked away. Snakes? No, it couldn't be, thought the old man. Hey wait, kid, what did you mean by a white guy that smells like snakes? Asked the old man. I don't have time for this, but if you really want to know, it was some guy called Orochimaru later, pervert, said Naruto, who jumped away. Wait, who are you, kid? Jiraiya. Naruto Uzumaki Gojo. Naruto. So the 4th legacy met Orochimaru and wait, Gojo, interesting. Jiraiya. Hey, it's the pervert, let's get him, shouted the women from the bath, now fully clothed. Oh crap, I better run, thought Jiraiya, who was chased by about 50 angry women. Line break. I wonder if the pervert got away, said Naruto to himself as he walked around the village. Hey, I'm not a pervert, said the old man, appearing in front of Naruto. Oh yeah, then what are you? Asked Naruto. I'm a super pervert, said the man before summoning a toad and doing a dance on it while saying. I am a man who makes ladies swoon with his good looks and men tremble in fear from his very name, the sage of Mount Myaboku, one of the legendary three son and I am Jiraiya. Lame, said Naruto in a monotonous voice which caused Jiraiya to fall off his toad. Hey you little brat, show me some respect, I'm a Sanin for crying out loud, one of 3 people in all the land, a legendary ninja, said Jiraiya as he stood up indignantly. In my experience, respect is earned from the individual and not the title. Now if you'll excuse me, I got places to be and women to please, said Naruto as he walked away. Jiraiya just stared after him with his mouth wide open. After speaking to Naruto, Jiraiya goes to speak to Hiruzen about Naruto. Hiruzen then tells him about Naruto. Jiraiya was surprised to hear that Naruto was strong enough to defeat one of the members of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Time skip night. At Kikyo Castle, Dosu tries to kill Gaara so he can fight Sasuke in the finals, only to be easily killed by a transformed Gaara, which horrifies Dosu. Before his death, Baki and Kabuto look on from the sidelines. Having witnessed the attack, Baki and Kabuto then discuss their plans to attack Konoha. 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie heard the conversation. After he heard the plans, he attempts to leave in order to notify the 3rd Hokage, but he is killed by Baki. 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie's body was later found by a group of Anbu with 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie, wondering aloud what had happened. Next day, Sakura sits in her bedroom worried about Sasuke. Meanwhile, the 3rd Hokage has a meeting with the Jonin regarding 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie's body found near Kikyo Castle. They discuss Orochimaru's involvement. Although the Hokage concludes that they do not have any information regarding to the latter, he also expresses his trust to the shinobi that if Otagakure and Tsunagakure invade Konohagakure, they would assemble and fight. Later, Sakura goes to Yamanaka Flowers to buy flowers for Sasuke, where Ino is in charge of running the shop. After deducing that Sakura is there to buy flowers for Sasuke, Ino decides to visit him as well. Ino picks a rose, and Sakura picks 2 daffodils, one for Sasuke and the other for Rock Lee. On their way, they hear 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗁 eating loudly, peeking through an open window. They spot Asuma, Sarutobi and Shikamaru, who are seated with Choji in exchange for training with Shikamaru every day. Asuma has been treating Choji to barbecue in the woods. Neji is shown training with Tenten. During his training, Neji collapses after having used too much chakra. Team Kurenai trains in the woods too to prepare for Shino's match elsewhere. The 3 Sand siblings and Baki secretly discuss their invasion plans. At the hospital, the nurse permits Ino and Sakura only 5 minutes of visitation due of Sasuke's condition. However, Sasuke and his clothes are missing. Kakashi is undergoing the cliff climbing practice and after nearly falling to his death, activates the first gate. Kakashi uses his increased strength to make it to the top of the rock, only to see Sasuke waiting there for him back at the hospital. Lee is also missing from his bed. Sakura spots Lee outside, performing his push-up. Sakura recalls Ino telling her that Lee's injuries were severe to the point that he would never be a shinobi again. After completing 199 out of 200 push-ups, Lee collapses. Lee later wakes up in his hospital bed and notices a daffodil, realizing that someone had come to visit him earlier. Next day, Naruto decides to go visit Lee at the hospital. Meets Shikamaru on his way there. Shikamaru gives Naruto a fruit basket originally intended for 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏, who has been hospitalized for indigestion. Having eaten too much, Sakura goes to Lee's room and replaces the flour as 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 complains of his hunger. Ino walks in with a fruit basket for him. Gaara enters Lee's room and attempts to kill him while he is unconscious, but Naruto and Shikamaru immediately stop him, incapacitated by Shikamaru's shadow imitation technique. Gaara divulges a little bit about his past, revealing he has the one-tailed beast Shukaku sealed within him from birth and was created solely as a weapon for his village, though he became too unpredictable and his father sent assassins after him regularly to put an end to the threat. He failed at the very purpose he was given life and can now only hurt others. Naruto sympathizes, as he also has a tailed beast within him. He attempts to kill the 2 of them, but Guy steps in and demands Gaara to leave at once. Gaara has no choice but to do so, but before doing it, he promises that he'll kill them all. After Gaara leaves, Naruto tells to get better soon and also leaves. He decided to walk around the village. He came across Kurenai while walking. She told him about the bet with Kakashi. Naruto told her it was fine, she didn't need to go out with him. She told him a bet is a bet. After seeing she was not going to budge on her decision, he decided to accept her decision. Kurenai told him to meet her at house later. Time skip. Naruto stood outside of Kurenai's house, a small bouquet of flowers in his hands. Looked at herself in the mirror, congratulating herself for choosing the right dress for the occasion. She didn't know where he would take her. After a while, she decided to go open her door. She opened the door and looked at him, taking in every little detail about him. She couldn't believe how handsome Naruto was. "Shall we go, Naruto-kun?" Kurenai. She was taking a wild guess that he'd like to be called that, and to her amusement, he smirked and then held out his hand, as if to guide her, something which made him rise a few notches in her eyes. She liked a man who could be gentle with her. Not unlike those orcs who had tried to date her before and didn't have even the slightest bit of decency. One who would lead her to a place where they could eat and converse would be one worth keeping about for at least a few weeks, maybe even promoting him to the status of official boyfriend. He led her to a restaurant which looked fancy and then asked for the table which had been reserved for him and his date. The waiter looked at him with a disdainful look and almost sneered when he saw that the demon did have a reservation there. They were led to a table where they both sat opposite of each other, looking at each other before even turning towards the waiter. "I'd like to have some fruit juice," waiter sent Kurenai. Kurenai's voice was soft and almost seemed to be fragile, but the burning crimson of her eyes gave her a ferocity which went unsaid throughout that statement. "Don't you dare to ruin my date or I'll make your life a living hell," thought Kurenai. "I'll have the same," waiter said Naruto. The waiter sneered at him, giving him an evil look which was only given to him about 100 times a day and he was used to it. "Very well, sir, madam, I shall be with you shortly," said the waiter. The waiter went away probably to get their orders and Naruto looked at the woman who gave him a very amused look and said. There was some small amount of progress to be made with the date which seemed to make him somewhat anxious. "Kurenai-san, don't you like me or is there something that displeases you about me?" Naruto. The manner in which he spoke made her look at him and give him a rather charming smile and said. "No, Naruto-kun, I'm simply thinking about ways to improve my genjutsu. I may be a mistress of that art, but there is still room to improve upon the density of the illusion could be adjusted to make sure that the target is engulfed within the genjutsu, with no escape possible for their minds, allowing for a quick kill. Can I use one on you to test it out?" Kurenai. She gave him the puppy dog eyes, which made him weak in the knees as he found himself unable to resist those eyes. Sure, go ahead, Kurenai." He gave her a rather cute smile due to him being caught off guard quite a bit by the question. "Thank you, Naruto-kun." Kurenai. She made a few hand seals, and then Naruto could feel how the chair underneath him seemed to transform into a bed of living snakes, and the surroundings around him changed to become a jungle setting, with Kurenai still sitting there, like nothing was amiss. Then suddenly her entire looks changed. Somehow making her look even prettier when her clothes seemed to be replaced with something which should not be worn in public due to how small the furry bikini she wore. She studied his face as he looked at her, enthralled by the genjutsu she had put upon him, making him think about a jungle with him sitting on a bed of snakes, with her dressed in something that would make any male have a nosebleed. He's definitively above normal standard. If he doesn't have a relationship with anyone, I just might take him for myself. To resist the genjutsu is almost impossible for any straight male, especially if my genjutsu self makes them disappear, and I know he's straight, Kurenai thought. He looked on as the genjutsu version of his date began to remove the exposing, making him excited in the face. As he looked at the rather attractive side of Kurenai, he looked down, trying not to stare, but he couldn't completely suppress the small smile came on his face. The only sign that he liked what he saw, the reaction in his pants, was luckily not visible. Something he was thankful for, because she just might make him experience her version of genjutsu hell if she saw it. But the snap, he was brought back to reality to see the woman in the seat opposite to him looking at him with a dreamy look in her eyes. "You tried not to stare," she said, a small amount of admiration and happiness in her voice. "That is so sweet of you, Kurenai." She couldn't help herself. She had went to the date with the hope of finally meeting some guy who would be a gentleman, knowing that he probably wasn't but still tried. He had surpassed her expectations. Resisting the urge to ogle the genjutsu she put him under, and even going as far as to show almost no reaction, except for a cute smile which made her heart warm up and her breath quicken slightly. She moved closer to him, smelling his scent in the air. It was something unique to everyone. Something which shouldn't be faked by anyone since everybody had a different scent around them at all times. Naruto seemed to smell like a mix of something primal. Her hand reached out and stroked the back of his hand, touching the skin and feeling how warm it was. She didn't even know why she did it, just to feel his skin, wanting to at least touch him and feel him before he either pushed her away or let her continue. "Naruto-kun," Kurenai. She suddenly said, her voice making his insides like jelly, making him experience a fit of nervousness within his stomach. He looked at her, noticing her deep crimson eyes, gazing deeply into them. They didn't know who started first. They moved closer to each other and their lips met, a frenzied kiss ensuing. They acted on instinct, not really minding the other people in the restaurant, just lost in the heat of the moment, kissing each other. Kurenai felt the kindness and the spirit that this young man had been endowed with within her entire body, making her feel surprised as she could feel herself blushing at the kiss. "But Jiraiya. Finally a bar which won't throw me out whenever. Sit next to a nice woman and ask her 3 sizes and if she would go out with me," he thought. The old pervert was slowly walking towards the restaurant in which his Naruto and Kurenai were sitting, and his attention was drawn to the sign which spoke of some 𝗚cie contest being held there that evening. The name of the restaurant didn't seem too important to him, and he stepped inside to look towards the bar. The man took a seat and ordered some 𝗚cie and began to try and drink away his worries with some of the good stuff until he caught a snippet of conversation. "That demon brat kissing that woman," said a villager. Some gesturing was made by an irritated waiter, and Jiraiya moved his gaze until it fell upon the side of the kissing couple, noticing the white hair mixing slightly with the black hair from Kurenai. "Damn, the kid moves fast, I wonder who he is gonna date next," thought Jiraiya. The couple broke the kiss, and Jiraiya got a good look at the woman who was with his godson, and promptly the cup of sake fell from his hands, unable to be kept in the hand due to the shock the man got from looking at the woman. "He just did that with the genjutsu mistress Kurenai, he damn that lucky brat," thought Jiraiya. The old man looked at the couple who had resumed chatting, eventually getting fed up with waiting for their food and drinks, having decided that they weren't going to come anymore after waiting such a long time. There he appeared in front of Kurenai's house, Naruto having said that the mood was ruined by the food not arriving. Kurenai looked at him with her eyes still slightly misty from the kiss they had shared and said, "Do you want to come inside? I have some snacks if you are hungry, Kurenai." He could see that she was still trying to be hospitable, which he accepted. She opened the door, sliding it open and allowed him to go in first, still trying to be a good hostess. He came into the house, taking a note of how nice it looked. The furniture looked nice and cozy in this setting, and it almost made him want to live here, but he knew he couldn't. "Please seat yourself, Naruto-kun, Kurenai," she said, her voice somehow seeming to come from a few rooms away, and not like they were in the same room at all. He turned around and looked at the brunette, taking in every little detail about her nice dress, and the way it hugged her skin. Somehow he hadn't really taken notice of it all before, only looking her over once to check if she looked good. He chose to seat himself on a comfortable-looking sofa, making sure that it would be comfortable for him. "Would you like something to drink, Kurenai?" she asked, standing next to a cabinet which seemed to contain various liquors and other things people might want to drink if the objective was to get drunk. "Nah, I am not much of a drinking person." His answer was definitive, and she gave him a look which clearly stated that she wanted him to drink some. Maybe a small taste wouldn't hurt. He looked at the woman who was about to hand him a glass with an orange liquid in it. "It's something that isn't too strong, and please call me Kurenai-chan." "It tastes good, Kurenai-chan." Naruto. He watched as she took a glass too of the orange liquid, then sat down next to him, looking at him, her eyes slightly apprehensive as she probably was contemplating something. "Have you ever had an intimate relationship with a girl, Naruto-kun?" she asked him, wanting to find out if he ever had been in one, and if he had any feelings for the women in his life, preferably the ones in his age group, though she would like to see if he would like her or others in her own age group. Naruto decided to tell Kurenai about his life. After telling, he decided it was time head home. "I better head home. Did you have fun, Kurenai-chan?" She nodded and said, "It was nice having a date with you." He gave her a smile and said, "Would like to be my girlfriend?" She wrapped her arms around his neck, then gave him a kiss on the lips. "Yes, I would love to be your girlfriend." She gave him a wink and then escorted him to the front door, where she let him out. She looked as he disappeared into the streets of Konoha, then whispered to herself, "Thank you, Kakashi, for making that bet with me, Kurenai." Time skip 1 month. Naruto decided not to train for the month. He spent that time with his girls. He went to Mist Village to invite Mei and Haku. Junin Exam Stadium. On top of the arena. "Finally it is time for the finale," thought Hiruzen. The Kazekage and Mizukage arrive with their bodyguards. "Thank you for coming, Kazekage Dono and Mizukage Dono. Take a seat," Hiruzen said as he points to 2 chairs. "No, thank you for inviting us to such an auspicious occasion. 𝗡𝗿𝗄𝗄𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍 there. Well, it doesn't matter, I will just have to kill both of them, Orochimaru thought. I only came to see my boyfriend Mei. That brat Zabuza thought, angry at the thought that he lost to Naruto. Zabuza-sama, you still angry that you lose to Naruto-kun? Haku laughed. So she pardoned Zabuza Hiruzen. The demon of the mist lost to Naruto. Naruto, you would have been the perfect vessel if you didn't have the nine tails, Orochimaru thought. Down in the stands. Sakura, where is Sasuke and Naruto? Ino. I don't know, Sakura. Naruto-kun thought, Hinata worried. I am sure he will come, said Shikamaru with a yawn. So he is scared to fight me, thought Neji. Where is that Dosu guy? Sasuke and Naruto aren't here either, Shikamaru thought. Uchiha, where are you? Gaara thought. The voice shook them out of their thoughts. I'm sorry that I'm late, but it seems Sasuke isn't on time either, the voice said as someone come out of the entrance. All of the people in the stadium looking at the entrance, then suddenly a boy come from the dark out. The boy was Uzumaki Naruto. He was in his suite. I'm really sorry that I'm late, but it seemed like we didn't start yet. I was on a Dadami girlfriend, reminded it was the Chunin exams final today, so I rushed here, Naruto said while looking Genma Shiranui, final proctor of the exams. Hot thought Ino. Naruto-kun thought Hinata before unconscious. Well, he looks cute, too bad he is going to lose to Neji. Tenten blushing. That's my man Anko, Mei, Haku and Kurenai thought. I would have gone on a date with him, but too bad that the leaf is gonna be destroyed, Temari thought. Shouldn't we start, Naruto? Oh yes, let's begin. Thanks everyone for coming to the Hidden Leaf Chunin selection exam. We will now start the main tournament matches between the 8 participants who made it through the preliminaries. Please stay and watch until the end, Hiruzen said in a loud voice so that everyone could hear him. 8-1 is missing, thought Naruto. 𝗏𝗏 isn't fighting anymore because of that. Shikamaru will fight Temari. Okay, now, the first fight, Naruto Uzumaki vs Neji Hyuga Genma, announced Genma ordered. TSS, he can't beat the Hyuga clan, said a villager. That Naruto's opponent is just too tough, the guy besides him said. Sasuke-kun isn't here yet, Sakura thought worried. Ino noticed that and say, hey, don't worry, Sasuke-kun is alright, you should cheer your teammate here now, Ino said with a smile. Sakura nodded, yeah, you're right. But against him, it will be difficult to win, Ino said with a frown. Naruto will win, thought Sakura. Back to the arena. Well, let's get this over with, Naruto smirk. Fate already decided that I am the one who will win, Neji said as he stand in a Hyuga and activates his Byakugan. We will see, Naruto. Since both of you ready, begin. Genma shout. In the crowd. There isn't another who has received such thick Hyuga blood, watch closely, Hanabi 𝗚cie said to his dogther. Yes, Father Hanabi. Back to arena. The match begins. Naruto throws kunai at Neji, who dodges Neji, then rushes at and uses his gentle fist. Naruto dodges Neji's attacks. Outside of the arena. Kabuto kills an Anbu in order to impersonate him. Back to arena. Naruto jumps in the air, he throws shuriken at Neji, he uses the shuriken clone jutsu to multiply the shuriken. I can't dodge, I have to use it. 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏's palms revolving heaven rotation, Neji thought as he spun around to stop the attack and succeeded. Father, isn't that Hanabi? 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏's rotation, the main family's technique, is a technique that is passed down only in the main family 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗏. The master it on his own, he really is a prodigy, thought 𝗚𝗏𝗏 with a smile. Neji's ultimate defense, can Naruto beat him, Tenten thought worried. I am confused, I know I am Neji's team, but Naruto, he is just so cute, Tenten. Back to the fight. It's over, you are within my field of range, you can't escape my 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏's gentle fist art. 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏 palms, Neji said as he took a stance. That stance it can't be, thought 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏. Suddenly Neji rushed to Naruto, 2 palms. 4 palm. 8 palm, 16 palm. 32 palm. 64 palm, Neji said as he hit Naruto that many times and at the end push him away. Have we been surpassed by the branch family? To think the Hyuga's Kekkei Genkai would find its purest form in this child, in the lesser branch brother, you be so proud of your son, thought 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's a very have now struck 64 of your chakra points, it is over, you are lucky, still be breathing, Neji. It that so Naruto got up and got in the same stance as Neji's. What? Can that boy also use it, thought 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏. Let me give it try, Naruto says while coating his hands with curse energy. Naruto speeds toward Neji, 2 palms. 4 palm. 8 palm, 16 palm. 32 palm. 64 palm, Naruto said as he hit Neji. He hit Neji, felt it like his internal organs would explode. After Naruto finished, Neji was lying on the ground coughing blood. Impossible, how did I lose, thought Neji. Neji, fate doesn't decide who you are, you control your own destiny, if you only live with sadness and hate you will only regret it, Naruto said. Winner Naruto Uzumaki Genma. The crowd cheers for Naruto. When captured birds grow wiser, they try to open the cage with their beaks, they don't give up because they want to fly again, Genma. Wise words, Naruto. Thanks, Neji. The medics came to get Neji. In the crowd. Well, Naruto won again, maybe he can train me, Sakura. Is that really Naruto? Ino. Naruto not only won, but he freed Neji from his darkness, thought guy with a smile. He beat Neji with own technique, the kid is good as Suma. Handsome and powerful, thought Temari. Naruto Uzumaki, does fighting for friends make you this strong? Gaara thought. Naruto disappears and appears in front of the Hokage, Mizukage and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Orochimaru's transformation. Mei Haku Naruto kisses them both. Naruto-kun Mei and Haku said with a smile. Naruto is the Mizukage's boyfriend, thought Hiruzen, surprised. Naruto, shouldn't you be standing down there with the others, Hiruzen? I would rather be here, Naruto. Mei stands up from her seat. Naruto sits on the chair and Mei sits on his lap. Haku feels a little jealous when she see this. Brad, I want rematch, Zabuza. Maybe sometime in the future, Naruto. With Neji. Thank you, Naruto, Neji said to himself with a smile. His smile leaves his face when Ieyashi walk in the hospital room. Why are you here? Neji looks at Ieyashi with a glare. Neji, I'm sorry, I came to tell you the truth of that day, 𝗚cie said, and looking to the ground, and he begun tell the story that Neji's father freely used his body to save his brother, not because of the main family, the reason is, that he wanted to choose his own destiny. Neji couldn't believe what he heard. 𝗚cie then said that Neji wouldn't believe that, understandable. So he wait for the right moment, and this is it. 𝗚cie then suddenly kneeled down in front of him, and pleaded to believe him. Neji looked at him crying and said, "Don't worry, I believe you, now, I will choose my own destiny, but not alone, with my friends, and even Hinata-sama." Neji grinned at him. I should thank Naruto, 𝗚cie thought. At the stadium. Sasuke's match with Gaara is postponed. What a relief, Sasuke is not disqualified. Ino. Where are you, Sasuke-kun? Sakura. Okay, next match, Kankuro vs Shino. Abiram come down. Kankuro forfeits. Okay, Temari vs Shikamaru. Nara Genma. I guess I should forfeit, Shikamaru said. If you do, I will tell your mother. Ino. Shikamaru instantly decides to go down to the arena. Shikamaru vs Temari. Temari winner. The fight ends the same way it does in the anime. Sasuke Uchiha vs Gaara. If Sasuke does not arrive in 10 minutes, he will disqualify Genma. Suddenly many leaves fell down as a wind come, and Sasuke and Kakashi appear as the leaf clear. You finally arrived. Okay, Kakashi leave the arena. Gaara come down. Genma. Kakashi body flickered to the stands and Gaara comes down. Sasuke vs Gaara. Sasuke demonstrated that his speed had vastly increased to the point where the sand guarding Gaara could not keep up. Sasuke also demonstrated Chidori, a technique he had learned from Kakashi and Kakashi's only original technique to injure Gaara. What is this? Gaara thought as he felt a liquid on his. He looked to see it was blood. Blood, it's my blood, Gaara screams as he starts transforming. Before the match could finish, however, a smoke bomb was set off in the cage's box. Kabuto uses a genjutsu to put almost everybody in the crowd to sleep. The Konoha ninja that were present are able to fend off the genjutsu. The Konoha Crush commenced. Many people in the stadium fall asleep, except for the third Hokage, several Jonins, the Sand Team Temari and Leaf Genin outside of the stadium. Many snake were summoned by Sound and Sand Shinobi. The Jonin and the Chunin at the gate react fast and defend their village. Back to the stadium, the Kazekage takes the Hokage to the roof. He grabs him and holds a kunai to the Hokage's neck. Naruto tells Haku, Mei and Zabuza to go help the village before he jumped to the roof. As they landed on the roof, suddenly 4 sound ninja appear, each of them standing in a corner of the roof. They making a barrier around them square so that nobody come in or out. The barrier is made of purple flames, which will instantly engulf those who come into contact with it, thus preventing anyone from entering or leaving the area. An Anbu member tried to go through the barrier. He was burned to a crisp. The Sand Village is betraying the Leaf Village Hokage. The treaty between our villages was simply a trick to make you let down your guard, Kazekage. Do you want to start a war? Hokage. Exactly, the Kazekage of the Sand reply. Armed conflict resolves nothing. We should seek a resolution for negotiation. There is still time. Kazekage Dono, the Hokage, trying to avoid the war. Perhaps the fear of death makes one more cowardly with age, Sarutobi sensei. The Kazekage said at the last part with a other voice. You, Sarutobi mumble as he recognized that voice and widen his eye. With Gaara and Sasuke. Gaara was holding his hand on his wound he got from the Chidori of Sasuke. His team appeared beside him, alongside their sensei. Gaara, the plan, 𝗚cie said, but it seems like Gaara was not listening. What's wrong? Kankuro asked. Oh no, Temari stutter. You fool, trying to transform into your complete form before the signal. 𝗚cie. It's impossible to proceed now. Temari said as she see the condition of Gaara. Then what are we supposed to do? Do it without Gaara. Kankuro screamed. What's going on? Sasuke wondered. After a few seconds of silence, the Sand Team sensei come to a conclusion. Abort the mission, you guys take Gaara and retreat. Temari and Kankuro were surprised to hear that. What about you? Temari asking. I will join the battle now, go 𝗚cie. Temari and Kankuro took Gaara and left. Is the leader of the invasion Orochimaru Genma? Who knows 𝗚cie? What is going? Sasuke demanded. Sorry, but the Chunin exam is now over. You go pursue Gaara and the others. You are already Chunin level. If you're a Leaf Shinobi, then make yourself useful, Genma reply. Sasuke still didn't know what was going on, but nodded and quickly followed Gaara and his team. Back to the Hokage and Kazekage. So Gaara was useless, Orochimaru said as he saw that Gaara and his team jump away. I see, so that's it, Sarutobi said calmly. Are these two ignoring me? Ah fuck, whatever, I let these two enjoy their reunion, Naruto thought. In the crowd. It's not just that, the situation is more dire than that. Look at the roof of the central Watcho Tower, Guy said, as Kakashi looking. That's barrier ninjutsu, Kakashi said. Kakashi, look within the barrier, Guy said. Kakashi finally see who inside the barrier and his eye widened. Back to Orochimaru. Your foolishness has caused the leaf to fall further and further behind. I have won. Orochimaru smirks. Heh, it's not over till it's over. I thought I taught you that. Sarutobi start as the Kazekage reveal his true face. Orochimaru. Sarutobi finish his sentence as Orochimaru face come out. I thought this day would come eventually, but you won't get out my head so easily, Sarutobi said. I told you should hurry and pick the fifth. Orochimaru smirked because you will die here. The third Orochimaru finish his sentence with evil. A large number, Kakashi said as they see many sound nins in front of them. So Orochimaru is behind this Kakashi. Why is Orochimaru here is here for Sasuke-kun, Sakura thought. Sakura, I got a mission for you, Kakashi. What is it, Sakura? I want you go get Kiba, Shikamaru, and Shino. You four are going go after Sasuke and the Sand Team, Kakashi. How will we track down Sasuke-kun, Sakura? The question was answered when Kakashi summoned a dog. This guy, Pakin, will be able to track Sasuke down by his scent, Kakashi. Though now me and other Jonin will take care of this, Kakashi said as he took down a few sound ninja. Sakura along with Pakin went to get Shikamaru, and the others she told them about the mission Kakashi gave them. After telling them, they went after Sasuke. As the group leaves the stadium and enters the forest, Pakin senses that they are being followed by 9 Odo ninja to act as a distraction and buy the others some time. Shikamaru stays behind to slow down the ninja after altering his surroundings to give the impression that the group went in a different direction. Shikamaru lies in wait for the following invaders. Once they catch up and take notice of the apparent change in course, Shikamaru traps the group with his shadow imitation technique. Shikamaru notices, however, that he has only managed to catch 8 of the 9, indicating that one ninja had been following behind to protect the others. Running low on chakra and therefore running out of time that he can restrain the ninja with, Shikamaru throws shuriken at the group so that he can find out the location of the 9th. The shuriken are all stopped by the free ninja's needles, and Shikamaru tries to extend his shadow to the ninja's location. Though he doesn't have enough shadow to work with after keeping the 8 at bay for a while longer, Shikamaru's chakra runs out, and he is forced to release the group freed. The group encourages the 9th ninja to be the one to kill their captive, and in response, a ninja appears behind Shikamaru. The ninja, however, catches everyone by surprise. As it is revealed to be Asuma Sarutobi with the 9th ninja in tow. In a flash, Asuma takes out the other 8, and he tells Shikamaru to take a rest. Back to Sarutobi and Orochimaru. Suddenly Orochimaru cry. Sarutobi noticed that and ask, are you that happy? But suddenly Orochimaru stick his kunai in his own hand. Trying to kill your own master, yet, you still have the heart to feel some small amount of sadness. Sarutobi smirked. I finally feel better, Orochimaru said. No, I was just tired. I yawned and a tear leaked out, that's all, Orochimaru reply and walking away from Sarutobi. I thought so, Sarutobi smirks. Well, let's start, Sensei. Orochimaru. The third Hokage took of his Hokage outfit, revealing his fighting gear underneath. Orochimaru comments that the third came prepared for their battle, and the two stare each other down. When one of the tiles on the roof cracks, they begin their battle. The third starts by sending hundreds of shuriken at Orochimaru, who blocks the attack by summoning 3 coffins to shield himself. The third, recognizing the coffins, deduces what Orochimaru is trying to do and attempts to stop the coffin summonings, but fails. The coffins open, and the reanimated corpses of the second Hokage and fourth Hokage step out. The first Hokage disappeared. Hagoromo not only helped Naruto regain the memories of his past lives, but also helped him absorb their souls, thus Hashirama can't be reanimated. Saru, is that you look terrible, Tobirama. It's nice to see you too, Tobirama-sensei. I wish was under better circumstances. Hiruzen. It's nice to see you again, Naruto. Minato. Not so nice to see you, Naruto said as he was still mad at him. Minato just smiled at him. Wait, Naruto, Hiruzen said as he turned around to see him. You just noticed I was here the whole time while you and Orochimaru were having your little reunion, Naruto. Wait, Naruto and Minato have met before, how is that possible? Hiruzen thought. Enough chit-chat, Orochimaru. Orochimaru prepares the 2 Hokages for battle, removing the effects that death has had on their bodies and erasing their personality. He jumps away from the upcoming battle. Angered by Orochimaru's use of his former teacher and his successor, the third was about to attack. Relax, old man, just stand back and watch, Naruto said as he took off his glasses and started stretching. Naruto, your chakra is sealed. You think you can take on 2 Kage without your chakra? Hiruzen. Minato throws a kunai in front of him. He then creates a Rasengan, then throws a kunai at Naruto. Naruto tilt his head to the side. The kunai passes him. Minato appears above holding the kunai. As Minato tried to slam the Rasengan into Naruto, his Rasengan was blocked by Naruto's infinity. Minato teleported back to his other kunai. The second Hokage attacked. The space around the dragon got distorted. In mere seconds the dragon vanished. What is going on? Hiruzen and Orochimaru thought. Naruto appeared in front of both the second Hokage and his father. Minato quickly threw a kunai and teleported to its location. Disappear, Naruto said as he blasted the second Hokage with his red reversal technique. The attack destroyed the second Hokage's body and also made a hole in the barrier. The Sound 4 reacted fast and closed the hole. What just happened? The second's body is not regenerating Orochimaru. Naruto's curse techniques can kill reanimations. Limitless, Naruto. What Orochimaru? This technique brings the concept of infinity into reality, allowing me to manipulate and distort space at will, Naruto. The ability to manipulate and distort space, how can you do that without using chakra, Orochimaru? That's a secret, Naruto. Minato threw his kunais all over the roof. Minato teleported around Naruto. Naruto distorted the space around the kunais and made them vanish. After that, Naruto pulled Minato towards him. Die, Naruto said as he blasted Minato. As Orochimaru saw this, he made the decision to retreat. Before it's time to retreat, Orochimaru. The four cancelled the barrier and disappeared. It was nice catching up with you, Sarutobi sensei. I hate to cut our time short, but I have to go, Orochimaru. Before he could escape. Domain expansion. Infinite Void, Naruto. Only Hiruzen and Orochimaru were caught in his domain immediately after the activation of Infinite Void. Hiruzen and Orochimaru got infinite knowledge inside their heads. They saw and felt everything and nothing at once, which is the true essence of a void. While they were experiencing this, they were paralyzed. Perception, communication, every action associated with living is forcibly repeated an infinite number of times. It's ironic, isn't it? When granted everything, you can't do anything, Naruto said as he grabbed Orochimaru's head. He ripped it off. He released his domain. The Anbu saw the paralyzed Hiruzen and Orochimaru's corpse. The Anbu asked Naruto what was going on with the Hokage. He told them the Hokage how Hiruzen's brain was currently processing a lot of information. He told them he would be fine after a week or two. The Anbu took Hiruzen to a safe location. DBC. Konoha Crush 2. Naruto releases a ton of killing intent. Leaf shinobi and the invading forces that were in the stadium looked to the source of the killing intent. Naruto enhanced his vocal cords with cursed energy. Sound Ninja, your leader Orochimaru is dead, Naruto said loudly as held Orochimaru's head. Sand Ninja, you were used. The Kazekage is dead. He was killed by Orochimaru. Naruto killed a legendary Sanin, Kakashi thought. When the Sand Ninja heard this, they surrendered. The Sound Ninja immediately fled. He killed Lord Orochimaru. How interesting, Kabuto thought before disappeared. Go inform your comrades of this and also deal with the remaining Sound Ninja. Naruto, the Sand Ninja, immediately made their way to the village. That damn Orochimaru, Baki thought before he disappeared. It's over, we won, said a Leaf Ninja. The Leaf Ninja began to cheer. Naruto disappeared and appeared in front of Shino, who was still in middle of his fight with Kankuro. Naruto, Shino. You two can stop fighting, Naruto. Why would we do that, Kankuro? He told Kankuro about Orochimaru. That snake bastard used us, Kankuro said with anger. Naruto disappeared again. He appeared in front of Temari, who was fighting Kiba. Naruto, back off, this is my fight. Kiba, he tells them about Orochimaru. Damn it, you should go stop Gaara. I doubt he is going to listen to reason. Temari. Naruto immediately disappeared and appeared near Sasuke. He saw that both him and Sakura were pinned to trees by Gaara's sand. Sakura was unconscious. You look like crap, Naruto said as he looked at the injured Sasuke. Naruto, Sasuke. And Gaara, you look ugly, Naruto. Sleep, Naruto said as he used curse speech to make Sasuke fall asleep. To save your friends, pathetic. As long you fight for the sake of others, you will remain weak. Only one can remain undefeated, and only he will feel what it is like to truly exist. Let trivial feelings like friendship and loyalty cloud your focus, and you will die. Gaara, sorry, did you say something? Naruto said as he pulled his finger out of his ear. You don't understand what true strength. Does Gaara, speak for yourself. I am the epitome of strength throughout heaven and earth. I alone am the honored one. Naruto, you say that, and yet you still protect the weak. Gaara, well, I owe him a favor, since he tried to save my life when it was not needed, and as for that girl, she has potential to grow if she lets go of her obsession with Sasuke. I am saving her, because I want to see how far she will go. Naruto, it doesn't matter either way. Die, Gaara. Gaara blew a large amount of sand at Naruto and his team. Naruto manipulated the space around his teammates to protect them from the attack. After that, Gaara fired huge sand shurikens at them, which Naruto blocked. Naruto Uzumaki Gojo. Gaara said before transformed into Shukaku. Gaara then uses play possum jutsu. Gaara uses this technique to force himself to fall asleep. This causes him to surrender control to Shukaku. Yahoo, I am finally free, lucky me, I found a guy to kill, Shukaku said as he looked Naruto. Why don't you give it a try, Naruto? Shukaku fires multiple large wind bullets at Naruto and his teammates. Naruto makes them vanish. Come on, try harder, Naruto. Shukaku starting forming a tail beast bomb. Naruto made a large reversal red. Both him Shukaku fire their attacks. The attacks clashed with each other. Reversal red and a tailed beast bomb, what a good combination, Naruto said as he appeared behind the two attacks. Naruto took control of the tailed beast and merged it with reversal red. He combined our attack, Shukaku thought, shocked. Shukaku prepared another tailed beast bomb. Let's finish this, Naruto said as he fired his attack. Shukaku fired the tailed beast bomb. The two collide after a few seconds. Naruto's attack overpowered Shukaku's tailed beast bomb. The attack hit Shukaku and exploded upon contact. Shukaku's body dissolved into sand and Gaara's transformation came undone. He laid on the ground injured. I lost, Gaara thought. Naruto walked towards him. No, stay away from me, Gaara said, scared. When Naruto was near him, he bent down to ruffle his hair. It's almost unbearable, isn't it, the feeling of being all alone? I know that feeling, I have been there in that dark, lonely place. But now there are others, people I care about a lot. I will protect them, even it cost me my life. Naruto, why would you do that for anyone but yourself? Gaara, because they rescued me from my loneliness. They were the first to accept me for who I was. They are my precious people. Naruto. Gaara thought of the words his uncle Orochimaru said. Love is the heart's desire to serve someone who is precious to you, to watch over them like your mother did for you. Orochimaru, love, is that what makes him strong? Gaara thought. Kankuro and Temari appeared. Kankuro picked up Gaara. They left after that. As they were jumping through trees. Who knows, Naruto, Uzumaki, Gojo, perhaps even I someday, Gaara thought. Kankuro, Temari, I am sorry, Gaara. Kankuro and Temari were surprised by this. Don't worry about it, Kankuro. With Naruto. Well, today was certainly fun, Naruto said before he felt pain in his eyes. He immediately put on the blindfold that was in his pocket. I should these two to the hospital, Naruto said as he saw the sand that binding them was gone. Time skipped 2 days. The Sand Village had discussions with Leaf Village over the reparations damages they had to pay. They were able to agree to terms. The Leaf Village agreed that they would ask the Wind Daimyo to send more missions there. The Wind Daimyo kept outsourcing all of his missions to the Leaf Village because it was cheaper, which deprived the Sand Village of valuable funds to support themselves. It was only through the trade of gold and the development of new jutsu that the village managed to stay alive, but that method was not sustainable for the long term. Council room. Because the village is now without a leader, the village elders approached Jiraiya, one of the 3rd Hokage's former pupils, and asked him to become the 5th Hokage. This invasion has showed us that we are in need of a new Hokage Kaharu. We also don't know how long Hiruzen will be incapacitated. Uzumaki said it would take a few weeks for him to recover. That's why we think you should become Hokage Hamura. Jiraiya tells him he is not suited for position and proceeds to nominate Tsunade for the position. Because Tsunade's whereabouts are unknown, Jiraiya offers to go and find her with a stipulation that he be allowed to bring Naruto Uzumaki. The elders agree. Jiraiya, from what we heard, the Uzumaki is close with the Mizukage. With his help, we can establish relations with the Mist Village Hamaru. I will see what I can do, Jiraiya. Few hours later. With Orochimaru. Lord Orochimaru, you received a message from Danzo Kabuto. That old man, what does he want now, Orochimaru? Kabuto revived him through the curse mark. Orochimaru read the message. So he wants me to kill Tsunade, Orochimaru. Why would he want the Kabuto? She has been chosen to be the next Hokage, the position Danzo desperately wants, Orochimaru. So are you gonna do it, Lord Orochimaru? Kabuto. I would rather recruit Tsunade than kill her, Orochimaru. What if she refuses, Kabuto? I will kill her, Orochimaru. Lord Orochimaru, about Naruto, do you know what power he used, Kabuto? It was definitely not nature energy. He must have another source of power, Orochimaru. He would make a great vessel, Orochimaru thought. Next day. Naruto was sitting in his favorite ramen. He was flirting with Ayam. I heard this is the place you go all the time to eat ramen, Jiraiya. Well, if isn't 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝘁cie Naruto. Jiraiya sighs at the title Naruto had given him. Jiraiya tells him he has a mission to find a certain woman and he wants Naruto to go with him. Is she gonna replace the old man, Naruto? How did you know, Jiraiya? Just a guess, Naruto. So are you coming with me, Jiraiya? Sure, Naruto. At the gate. Alright, let's go, Naruto. Later. 2 outsiders have entered the village and have caught the attentions of Asuma Sarutobi and Kurenai. Once confronted about their presence in Konoha, the two reveal themselves to be Kasame Hashigaki, a renegade ninja from the Mist Village, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 The Tsume and Kurai try to apprehend them through battle, but quickly found themselves outclassed by their enemies. Just as the two Konoha Crush are about to be defeated, 𝗚cie𝗷𝗄𝐻𝗂𝘁cie arrives to save them both, his Sharingan making it easier for him to battle Kasame, so Itachi asks Kasame to step down and let him personally take on Kakashi. Despite Kakashi's own formidable abilities and advanced proficiency with the Sharingan, Itachi quickly proves to be the superior ninja, displaying his far greater speed and superior Sharingan abilities, and Kakashi is only barely able to block his attacks, realizing that Itachi is using only a fraction of his abilities. Although he still praises Kakashi for being so skilled with the Sharingan despite not being of Uchiha blood, the moment Itachi activates the Mangekyou Sharingan, Kakashi immediately instructs Asuma and Kurenai to close their eyes so as to avoid falling prey to Itachi's ultimate technique. Because Kakashi has a Sharingan, he believes that he will be able to withstand Itachi's jutsu. Only to be swiftly proven wrong as Itachi's Tsukiyomi quickly overpowered Kakashi's Sharingan and rendered him helpless with the little strength he has. Kakashi asks why the two have come to Konoha, to which Itachi replies that they are after the fourth Hokage's legacy, Naruto Uzumaki. Remembering what Jiraiya had told him earlier, Kakashi recognizes this reason as their organization, Akatsuki's goal to gain the power of the nine-tailed fox, sealed within Naruto because of Kakashi's knowledge of their organization and its motives. Itachi instructs Kasame to kill Kakashi, Asuma, and Kurenai before Kasame can land a fatal blow. However, Might Guy appears and repels Kasame with Guy's arrival. Kakashi collapses, exhausted from Itachi's previous attack. Itachi, recognizing Guy as a threat, as well as the fact that reinforcements are on their way, leaves with Kasame, wanting to avoid starting a war. Taking Kakashi away to rest, Guy, Asuma, and Kurenai decide that it would be best if Sasuke Uchiha, Itachi's brother, didn't know Itachi had returned when Sasuke arrives to find out what had put Kakashi into the state that he's in. The truth of Itachi's return and his search for Naruto slips out when Aopa accidentally spills the truth. Sasuke runs off in search of Naruto. He goes to the ramen stand. Naruto usually comes here for lunch. After that, do you know where he went? Sasuke asked the owner of the stand. Let's see, I'm sure Jiraiya-sama came and ate ramen with him. He said where he was going. Let's see, he was going to leave town for a little bit, take the cattle road down to the hotel town or something. Jiraiya-san took him along when he left. 𝗚ci reply. Jiraiya? Sasuke asked. 𝗚ci nodded and said, a great ninja. Spotting him is easy, a big white-haired man. Sasuke immediately leaves. With Naruto. Naruto, today we're staying here. Jiraiya suggests, then suddenly see a beautiful woman. The girl winked at him. Stay here until I come back, Jiraiya said as he walked away. That selfish pervert, Naruto sighed. Later. Naruto was lying on his bed, relaxing, then suddenly someone opens the door. Looks at Itachi and Kasame. He walks out of the room. He walks past them. Naruto proceeds to walk into a wall. Whoever is there, can you help this helpless blind man? Naruto. Kasame appeared in front. Naruto. He strikes Naruto with his Samehada. Naruto stops Samehada with one finger with the infinity around his finger. Impossible, he stopped my attack with just finger, Kasame thought before he jumped away from Naruto. So you aren't as helpless as you claim to be, Itachi. Looks like this is gonna be fun. The blue guy smirked. My name is Kasame Hoshigaki, Kasame said. Well, hello Kasame. Naruto waves. Itachi, it's time we got started. Kasame smirk. Naruto suddenly smiles. Well, it seemed like someone appeared. Naruto. It has been a while, Sasuke. Itachi. Today is a special day, don't you think? This is the second time I've seen another Sharingan. Kasame. Itachi, I will kill you, Sasuke said with a dark face. You seem to be familiar with Itachi. Who are you? Kasame asked. He is my younger brother, Itachi replied. I heard the entire Uchiha clan was wiped out by you, so you spared him, Kasama. Sasuke and Itachi looking intense to each other. Sasuke remembered the time when Itachi killed the clan and that Itachi said to him to hate him if he wants to kill him. I've been wanting to say to you I've lived hating you, and also I have lived only to kill you, Sasuke said in an angry face as he doing the Chidori. Chidori? Itachi asked. I have lived for this, Sasuke said as he rushed with the Chidori towards his brother, but it's never reached him. Itachi stepped aside and holding his arm before he could strike. Itachi uses Tsukiyomi to show Sasuke the murder of their parents, while also mocking him for lacking the hate needed to be strong enough. Sasuke was in a comatose state. Come here, Naruto said as he used Lapse Blue on Kasame, Itachi and Sasuke. He placed Sasuke behind him and proceeded to use Red on Itachi and Kasame. Reversal Red Naruto. The attack destroyed a part of the hotel. It also blasted the Akatsuki members away from the hotel. Jiraiya, who was on his way back to the hotel, he heard an explosion coming from the direction where the hotel was. I hope the kid is alright, Jiraiya. With Itachi and Kasame. I'd heard it looks like this is not gonna be an easy fight, Kasame. Let's retreat for now. Jiraiya is probably on his way back to the hotel. Itachi. Find Kasame. They disappeared. Jiraiya finally made it to the hotel. What happened here? Jiraiya said as he saw the destruction. I attack Naruto. Where are the Akatsuki? Jiraiya. Itachi and Kasame. My attack send those two flying. Naruto. He took on two Akatsuki members on his own, Jiraiya thought. Sasuke seems to be not alright, Naruto said as he picked up Sasuke. Then suddenly Guy appeared and attacked Jiraiya. Jiraiya asked but couldn't react and become a direct hit. Sorry, I was in rush and I thought you were the enemy, Guy laughed. You didn't do it on purpose. Jiraiya asked sarcastically. Well, that's alright, you deserve it, Naruto said anyway. Sasuke needs to get to hospital, Naruto suggested. Hey, what do you mean I deserved it? Jiraiya screamed. Well anyway, he seems to have gotten a fractured rib, and for the Sharingan genjutsu, it caused a mind attack to make him lose his sense. Jiraiya calmed down. This child's feelings are understandable, but still must quickly rescue Sasuke, Jiraiya said. Itachi probably used the same jutsu he used on Kakashi, Guy said. We will need a top medical ninja to help Kakashi and Sasuke. So it looks we need her after all, Jiraiya suddenly said. Do you mean? Guy widened his eyes. Yes, she is one of the 3 Sannin like me, she will be able to help them, Jiraiya. Well anyway, Guy, take the Uchiha home, me and Naruto will find her. Yes, Jiraiya-sama, Guy said before taking Sasuke. Okay Naruto, let's go, Jiraiya. But Tsunade. Tsunade, an avid and very unlucky gambler, hits a winning streak, indicating to her that something bad is about to happen, and as such, she tries to flee the city. Her assistant, Shizune, asks Tsunade if they can go and see the local landmarks first, to which Tsunade reluctantly agrees, as Shizune admires an ancient castle, with Tsunade repeatedly asking her to hurry up. The castle collapses, and from the rubble emerges Orochimaru and Kabuto riding a giant snake. Unhappy with seeing her old teammate, she was about to attack him. Just as she is about to attack, Orochimaru offers to revive her dead brother and lover. Finally, considering that, Tsunade asks what Orochimaru wants in exchange for that he told her she would have to serve him. Orochimaru told Tsunade he would give her some time to consider his offer. Elsewhere, Jiraiya and Naruto have arrived in the city, and the two visit Tsunade's last known location. When they hear reports of a giant snake destroying a castle, Jiraiya recognizes this as one of Orochimaru's acts, and as such rushes to the castle. Naruto killed him and yet he is alive, Jiraiya thought. Orochimaru is alive, how interesting, can't wait to kill him again, Naruto thought. Shizune, meanwhile, tells Tsunade not to consider the offer. She also tells her they should fight. Although Tsunade refuses, Orochimaru sheds some of his own blood to make sure she keeps her word, knowing that Tsunade suffers from a fear of blood. With Tsunade forced into submission by the sight of his blood, Orochimaru allows her a week to consider his offer. And he and Kabuto disappear. After a while, Naruto and Jiraiya find Tsunade at a bar. Finally, we've found you, Tsunade, Jiraiya smirk. The day I met with someone that brings back bad memories, Tsunade said. 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝗁cie, what did you do, Naruto? She isn't talking about me, brat, Jiraiya. Your perverted tendencies is enough give someone bad memories, Naruto laughed. Jiraiya got mad but calmed down. Well, you don't mean me, right? Jiraiya asks Tsunade. Not you, I am talking about Orochimaru. Tsunade. Did anything happen? Jiraiya asked. At this, Shizune stared at Tsunade. Tsunade glared at her. Nothing much, just a little greeting, Tsunade replied. Jiraiya could see she was lying. Jiraiya, would you come to see me? Tsunade asked. To tell the truth, the village of the leaf has issued a request for you to be the 5th Hokage, Jiraiya answer. At this, Tsunade and Shizune eyes widen. Jiraiya continue, Sensei is incapacitated right now, all due to this guy, Jiraiya said as he pointed at Naruto. Naruto waves at them. Since the village is in need of a leader, you have been chosen as the next Hokage. Hokage, Tsunade. So what is your answer? Are you willing to accept the position? Jiraiya asked Tsunade. Impossible, I decline. Who in the right mind would accept that job? Tsunade answer. Tsuna, would you please consider it? Naruto. Who are you, Tsunade? Naruto Uzumaki Gojo, Naruto said while taking off his blindfold. Kushina's kitty has become handsome, Tsunade thought while blushing. Naruto, are you going to pursue a relationship with her? Since you are technically Hashirama's reincarnation, that means she is kind to your granddaughter Kurama. Technically Ashura reincarnated into Hashirama and of course into me. That doesn't mean I am him or Hashirama. I may have their memories, but that isn't going to stop me from pursuing a relationship with Tsunade, Naruto thought. How about we make a bet, Naruto? The bet, Tsunade. If I kill Orochimaru, you will become Hokage, Naruto. Do you think you can kill a Sannin? Tsunade laughed. Well then, 1 week from now I have meeting with Orochimaru. If you can kill him, I will become Hokage, and I'll give you this necklace, Tsunade said as she showed him the necklace on her neck. If I lose the bet, I will pay all your debts, Naruto. Tsunade-sama, that is your Shizune, widen her eye. Tsunade, alright, I accept. Ifida-san, in this kid is arrogant, Tsunade thought. Until now, she has never bet that necklace before, Shizune thought. What are you doing? That necklace is, Shizune want answers. It's not like he can accomplish it anyway, Tsunade smirk. Let's go, Shizune. Shizune remember early the met with Orochimaru and the boy named Kabuto beside him. You don't need to answer now, but we would like for an answer in a week. Wait, Tsunade, why don't we have a drink? It's been a while since we last saw each other, Jiraiya. Sure, Tsunade. Naruto, why don't you and Shizune find a hotel to stay for the night, Jiraiya? Sure, let's go, Shizune-chan. Naruto. Okay, Naruto. Shizune. They left. After a while they reach a hotel. They get separate rooms. Naruto was laying on the bed. He then heard a knock on the door. He opened it. He saw Shizune. "Hi Naruto, can we talk?" Shizune. "Sure, come and what brings you here?" Naruto as he invites her in. "I want to talk about Tsunade-sama." Shizune. "Oh Naruto." Tsunade-sama, she wasn't always like this before. She used to have a caring heart that loved the village, but she changed it all because of that. Daydreams, love and hope, all were lost. Shizune. She lost her brother Nawaki, didn't she Naruto? Not just him but her lover also. Shizune. "Naruto, you must cancel the bet. Everyone who had that necklace died except Tsunade-sama. It is cursed. Only Tsunade-sama can wear it." "Shizune-chan, don't worry about me, I will be fine, and also don't worry about Tsunade. I have a feeling she is gonna change sooner or later," Naruto said before kissing on the lips. "Oh, why did you do that?" Shizune asked with blush. "Oh sorry, I couldn't help myself, you just too beautiful." Naruto smiles at her. Shizune runs away with a red face. Time skip 1 week. The week went by. Naruto went home to spend some time with his girlfriends Jiraiya and Tsunade, spend the week drinking at the bar. "Wake up Shizune-chan." Naruto tried to wake her up. But Shizune asked as she finally woke up. Naruto. "Shizune, what happened? Why were you unconscious?" Naruto asked. "Damn it. Naruto, please stay here." Shizune said as she went to the window to leave, but a kunai stopped her. "Who was that?" she demanded, but calmed down when she saw a weak Jiraiya. Jiraiya explained why his in current state. "It seems like Tsunade put something in his sake last night. He can't release chakra well, and his whole body stings. He can't even hold chopsticks." And Shizune explained, after bringing Naruto back to his room, she has a conversation with Tsunade, but end up unconscious by Tsunade. "Hey Shizune, what did Orochimaru say? It's about time you told us the truth." Naruto. Shizune looked disappointed. "I wanted to believe in Tsunade-sama, that's why I didn't say anything, but we don't have much time, follow me," Shizune said as they leaving to the meet point there. Shizune and Tsunade last met Orochimaru. While on the way to Tsunade's location, she told them that Orochimaru offered her to revive her brother and her lover if she swore loyalty to him. He wants to recruit Tsunade, Jiraiya thought. But Tsunade and Orochimaru. "Tsunade and Orochimaru. I will join you, but promise you won't ever attack the village," Tsunade said. "Alright," Orochimaru replied. "Well then let's go." Tsunade walked towards Orochimaru. When she got close to Orochimaru, she enhanced her fist with chakra and tried to punch Orochimaru. Before she could hit Orochimaru, he dodged. "So you betray me, Tsunade?" Orochimaru glared at her. "How could you come to an answer like this? To try to kill me, Tsunade? I really intended to revive those two, and I even promised not to destroy the leaf." Orochimaru. "Orochimaru, I know that you not touching the leaf was a lie, I know that, but if this too, even for just one more time, I wanted to see them, I wanted to touch them even for just one more time, their smiling faces, but I know that disrespectful towards them if I disturb the eternal rest." Tsunade. "So the deal is off, no choice, then I will kill you." Orochimaru glared. Tsunade glared back and destroyed the ground with her feet. Both Orochimaru and Kabuto jump away from the rubble. "Let's us battle." Orochimaru. With Naruto. They finally reached the meeting point. The street was completely destroyed. It looks like she refused his offer. Jiraiya. "Tsunade is there?" Naruto points in a direction. They go in that direction. With Tsunade. After retreating to an empty field, Kabuto and Tsunade begin their fight. Because Kabuto isn't very good at taijutsu, Tsunade's specialty, he resorts to using his chakra chapels. Although Tsunade is initially able to avoid many of his attacks, her old age causes her to tire quickly, allowing Kabuto to catch her off guard and strike because of the nature of his technique. Kabuto is able to sever some of Tsunade's muscles upon contact, preventing her from moving. Using this to his advantage, Kabuto punches her in the chest, which also allows him to sever some of her respiratory muscles, making it difficult for her to breathe. Thinking this should be enough to force Tsunade into submission, Kabuto begins to gloat at his success. Tsunade, her large breasts having weakened Kabuto's attack, uses his cockiness to her advantage by striking him in the neck, forcing him to the ground. As he attempts to get up, Kabuto discovers that Tsunade's attack disrupted the electric currents of his nervous system, causing his hand to hurt when he tries to stand up. With Kabuto unable to move, Tsunade heals her injuries. As she does so, Kabuto begins to compensate for Tsunade's last attack, learning what actions lead to what outcomes. After regaining the ability to move 80% of his body, Kabuto gets up, surprising Tsunade due to his rapid ability to adapt. Just as Kabuto is about to attack a still healing Tsunade, Naruto, Jiraiya, and Shizune appear before him, blocking the way. "Long time no see, Jiraiya." Orochimaru. "You haven't changed a bit, Jiraiya." Naruto. "It has been a while, Kabuto." "Oh hey Kabuto." Naruto. "I see you know him, Jiraiya." Tsunade suddenly rushed at Kabuto. She was about to attack him until he cut his hand. Blood came out. Tsunade freezes at the sight of his blood. "The legendary ninja scared of a little blood, pathetic," Kabuto said before kicking her away. Naruto catches her. Tsuna, pull yourself together, this is no way for the future Hokage to behave. Naruto. Naruto, why are you trying to protect this failure? She would be better if dead. Kabuto. Shut up Kabuto, I will protect her even it cost me my life. Naruto. Jiraiya hands out assignments. He will fight Orochimaru, Shizune will fight Kabuto, and Naruto will protect Tsunade while she recovers. With that, Jiraiya and Orochimaru perform the summoning technique. 2 giant snakes were summoned, while Jiraiya, still in his drugged condition, can only manage to summon 𝗚𝗚cie. Orochimaru ridicules Jiraiya for failing to summon anything formidable. Orochimaru and Kabuto charge at their respective opponents, each riding upon a different snake. Jiraiya uses his swamp of the underworld on Orochimaru, though in his drugged state, he is only able to submerge the snake in a shallow swamp. No longer able to use the snake, Orochimaru charges at Jiraiya, lengthening his neck with his sword in his mouth. In response, Jiraiya jumped away from Orochimaru until his neck stopped extending. Orochimaru went on the offensive. Meanwhile, Naruto dealt with Kabuto. What the hell was that? Kabuto thought in pain. I have to retreat, sorry Lord Orochimaru, it looks like you gonna die again, Kabuto whispered before he disappeared into a poof of smoke. Tsunade regains her senses. The time to win the bet. Naruto. Win the bet, Tsunade thought. Wood style. Wood dragon. Naruto. The wood dragon restrained Orochimaru. Orochimaru felt his chakra being drained and suppressed. Wood style. Jiraiya and Orochimaru thought. Wood style, he called me Tsuna, that's what grandfather called me. Could he be? Tsunade thought. Jiraiya, get away from him if you want to live. Naruto. Jiraiya did as he said. Reverse curse technique. Reversal red plus curse technique lapse. Blue. Naruto. Well, it is time to cut this reunion short, Naruto thought. Let me show you guys something special. Hollow purple, Naruto said before firing it. The attack hit Orochimaru dead on. Jiraiya, Tsunade and Shizune were awestruck by the destructive power of Naruto's attack. Orochimaru is probably gonna come back, Jiraiya thought. That's impressive kid, what was that purple thing? Jiraiya. Hollow purple. Naruto. How can you use wood style? Jiraiya. My ancestor Ashura was a wood style user. Naruto. Does that mean he isn't grandfather? Tsunade thought. His ancestor, does he know about the Uzumaki clan? Jiraiya too. Tsunade, since Naruto killed Orochimaru you are going to be Hokage. Jiraiya. The bet is bet, Tsunade said, taking off her necklace. She puts it around Naruto's neck. She kissed him on the forehead. Jiraiya gets a little jealous. I would have preferred a kiss on the lips. Naruto. You do know I am old enough to be your grandma. Tsunade. Age is nothing but a number, would you consider being my girlfriend? Naruto. Did our kiss mean nothing to him? Shizune thought, jealous. Would you still accept me if I looked like this? Tsunade said as she showed her true appearance. She had gray hair, her face had wrinkles, her tits were saggy. Naruto grabs her face. I still accept you, besides I can give you your youth back. Naruto, he whispers in her ear. Let's wait until we get back to the leaf and I will restore your youth. Tsunade was surprised to hear this. She transformed back to her young self. Jiraiya gets jealous seeing how Naruto is flirting with Tsunade. He pushes Naruto away from her. You guys don't think it is time we went back to the village? Jiraiya. Yeah, I guess. Naruto. Well, let's rest for the day, let's home tomorrow. Jiraiya. And, Nawaki, grandfather, I will protect the Leaf Village, even if it cost me my life, Tsunade thought. They go back to the hotel they were staying. Unknown location. 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝐶𝐶 Kasame, did you capture the Nine Tails Jinchuriki pain? Unfortunately, no, 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐶. And why is that pain? Naruto is more powerful than we thought. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 tells him about Naruto's lapse blue and reversal red. When Pain heard about how Naruto pulled them towards him with lapse blue. Universal pull, does he possess the Rinnegan? Pain thought. Pain proceeds to give them a mission and tells them they don't have to worry about capturing Naruto, he would do it himself. His projection vanished. That's too bad, I wanted to fight that kid Kasame. If we were to fight him we would lose. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏. What makes you think that Kasame? My instinct. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏. With Pain. Madara, what do you think? Pain. The nose, maybe he has the Rinnegan or similar dojutsu to the Rinnegan. Your battle with Naruto will be interesting to say the least. 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗡𝗿𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗓𝗂𝗂𝗓𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 popping on the screen right now. I promise you love them too. If you like my videos you can like and subscribe too. I'll see you on another amazing what if video guys. Love you all, peace.